Hey! What's up, homies? How's it hanging? It's your man, Reed, and welcome back to the Bro Zone. Today I'm going to start my first reaction of 10 brief minutes of Tim Tom. Hope you'll love it. Don't forget to subscribe. Without further ado, let's start, shall we?
Hello and welcome to another episode of A Brief History. Today's
Photo
episode,
Ferret.
Tim Tom.
I think that's what I
Ready,
said.
set, go. Boise, Idaho, 2008. Teenage nerd Timothy Thomas makes a few new friends in his 8th grade class. One of them, named Jeremy,
just getting
was
beat up?
interested in making videos for this growing website called YouTube and wanted his friends to make videos with him. Now, even as a kid, Tim was no stranger to online video, having spent years watching videos on websites like albinoblacksheep.com. So when it came to making videos for YouTube, Tim was all for it, joining up with Jeremy and their friends to make videos for Jeremy's channel, Rockin' the Head. And this was 2008,
cool
so
stuff.
obviously Tim and his friends
Lady
were
Gaga.
making what else but sketch comedy. Sketch comedy used to rule YouTube back in the day, and everyone
Wish I
was
could have
doing
done
it. Even Jake and Logan Paul.
Ooh, what's in that?
Are those churros? Oh yeah, I remember Jane Animations. I watch her all the time.
Wasn't Tim's only interest all
You guys
those
should
years
watch her
ago.
too.
Much like everyone else in 2008, Tim was a huge fan of Halo. And apparently, Tim and his friends also ran some kind of Halo gaming channel back in the day, marking Tim Tom Channel number 2. Trust me, you'll want to keep track of this stuff. There's a lot. But unfortunately, this channel had very little
The
content
robot reminds me of
and
Samus.
was ultimately short-lived. There's really not much more to say about it, so for now, let's jump forward a couple
That's
of
all,
years
folks.
to March 25th, 2011, with the launch of Tim Tom Channel number 3, Tim Tom is Awesome. You happy, Tim? You got a freaking soundbite of me saying that. Tim Tom is awesome. Oh. Around this time, Tim was in his junior year of high school and was still interested
I
in
like the
pursuing
name of
comedy.
YouTube channel.
So the Tim Tom is Awesome channel was primarily his outlet for that. Now, when I say comedy, I don't really mean sketch comedy like before. Oh no. At this point, Tim wanted to be a stand-up comedian. And the first video on the Tim Tom is Awesome channel was actually a clip of one of Tim's real high school stand-up sets. I'm not making this up. He's on stage.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but please ignore all the noise in my house. Just my sister running around. Alright, let's continue.
Telling jokes and wearing a freaking black felt fedora. Black felt fedora. Like, who even wears a fedora unironically?
Sorry if that
But
was hard to
here's
see.
where things get a little more complicated. You see, while Tim was spending his time making videos and practicing stand-up, he was still a huge fan of gaming. And what Tim really wanted to do was become a game developer. So, following high school, Tim began to work on some indie game projects, all the while continuing to upload comedy videos to the Tim Tom is Awesome channel through January
Is
of
he on
2012.
Heelys?
But after a while,
No, shoes
Tim
with the
just
wheels on
wasn't really feeling his comedy content
If you didn't
anymore and wanted to do something new for his YouTube videos. And throughout all this, things on YouTube were starting to shift. 2011 and 2012 marked the early rise of educational content on YouTube finding widespread success. Channels like Vsauce, CGP Grey, and Crash Course. These
I've
channels
never heard of
quickly
these.
caught Tim's attention and gave him a jolt of inspiration. So basically on a dime, Tim switched from
I've never heard
comedy
of these
videos
channels.
to educational videos with Tim Tom Channel number 4. Jeez, I'm only like halfway through this stuff. And with his educational videos, Tim finally started to gain a bit of an audience. Whereas previous channels only ever gained between 20 and 40 subscribers max, Tim's educational content actually grew a modest viewer base of over 700 subscribers. But even still,
Wow, that's a
this
lot.
was mostly just a hobby, and Tim had greater ambitions. You see, in September of 2013, Tim decided to put himself out there and apply for a job working with one of his YouTube heroes, Hank Green, just to kind of see what would happen. And miraculously,
Hank Green. That reminds me of the Greens from the show Big City Greens. If you didn't watch it, it's awesome. You should totes watch it. And season 2 got released on Disney Plus, and it's also on Disney Channel. So, yeah, I hope you guys are watching it. Alright, on with the vid.
Hank actually replied and made Tim a job offer, which he obviously obviously accepted. In one fell swoop,
Of course.
Tim went from working a day job and making educational videos in his spare time to packing his things and moving to Montana to work for Hank freaking Green. Once there, Tim did a little bit of everything. He worked in the DFTBA warehouse, he did some graphics work for SciShow, but most notably, he began to work for Tana Mojo's
I wonder what the
favorite
SciShow
yearly
is.
event, VidCon, where he managed ticket
Oh, yeah, I
sales
remember
registration
VidCon.
and even built the signing lottery. Tim worked for VidCon from late 2013 till early 2016. But after nearly 2.5 years, Tim felt it was time to move on to something else. You see, Tim hadn't really been making YouTube videos during his time at VidCon and wanted a bit of a fresh start. Plus, he never really stopped wanting to be a game developer. So naturally, he decided to mix his two interests together to form Tim Tom Channel number 5, Tap Indie. Created on June 2nd, 2016, Tap Indie was Tim's attempt at making game design analysis videos similar to Mark Brown's Game Maker's Toolkit. And while Tap Indie
The only game I recognized from that scene was Super Mario Brothers.
did prove to be Tim's most successful channel so far, garnering nearly 1,000 subscribers, his interest in the channel began to fade a bit, for Tim was also getting back into stand-up and quickly realized that he had a lot more fun with that. So, unfortunately, Tap Indie didn't really last very long, with Tim ending the show after only a few months to further pursue comedy. So, once again, Tim was up YouTube Creek without a channel paddle. But some interesting things were going on YouTube as a whole around the same time. Throughout 2016, new YouTubers were suddenly popping
Oh
up
yeah,
and
Jane
finding
Animations.
great
I watch her.
success in animation.
I haven't watched that guy.
A genre
Maybe I should.
long thought dead on YouTube.
Maybe you
Channels
guys
like
can
The
leave a
Uploads
link in the
Out and
comments
Jaden
below.
Animations were doing this cool thing where they mixed vlogging with animation, making for fresh and unique content. Tim was incredibly inspired by these channels and felt that this new kind of content was the perfect way for him to take his love of comedy to YouTube. So with that, Tim's mind was made up. He was going to become an animated storyteller, which was a pretty ambitious decision because Tim didn't know how to animate. So before he could just dive in head first, Tim had to teach himself how to make animated story videos, and there were some learning curves. I don't care. I don't care if I burp. But eventually, on August 24th, 2016, Tim was finally ready to kick off this new project, creating Tim Tom Channel number 6, Tim Tom. Tim uploaded his very first animated story
The channel that everyone knows and loves. Hope you guys watch him.
video on September 2nd, 2016, but it didn't really set the world on fire. It wasn't until Tim uploaded his third animation, Skipping School featuring The Odd Ones Out, that things started to pick up steam. This collaboration did pretty well at first, helping bring the Tim Tom channel to around 700 subscribers in about a week. But after that, things just went crazy. About a week after Tim's Skipping School video was uploaded, something within the YouTube algorithm just clicked, and suddenly Tim Tom's videos were getting pushed really hard in YouTube recommended feeds. Growth happened fast. He gained around 22,000 subscribers in just one day,
That's
making
awesome.
him the fastest growing channel in the world for a brief period of time. And by the end of that 1 week, Tim had smashed through 100,000 subscribers. And since then, Tim has just kept things going, uploading more and more animated story videos, becoming more involved in the animation community, and working to improve his content. And recently, on July 10th, 2018, after an entire decade of making YouTube videos in one form or another, Tim Tom managed to surpass 1 million subscribers. So at this point, as you might expect, the Tim Tom channel is no longer just a one-man effort. Over the last year, Tim has collaborated with several other animators to help produce a few of his animations, including YouTubers Gingerpale, Tanimato, and Jaden Animations. But more recently, Tim hired YouTuber Illymations as a full-fledged animation assistant for his videos. Her first video with Tim was uploaded on June 17th, 2018, and ever since she joined the channel, videos have been coming out a lot more often, which can only mean good things. Tim Tom is
That's
one
right.
of those YouTubers who spent a long time trying to figure out what worked for him. He didn't luck into the perfect format right away. He spent years trying different things and building his skill set. Like many aspiring YouTubers, he would just throw everything at the wall to see what would stick. Sketch comedy, machinima, stand-up, vlogs, educational content, gaming content, the works. It took nearly a decade for Tim to find what worked best for him, but wow, was it worth the wait. It may have taken years, but when it stuck, it's...
That video game I saw in that scene, I think you played on a Sega, cause those graphics reminded me of the graphics from the original Sonic the Hedgehog game.
stuck. Tim started his animation channel in 2016 and went from 0 to 1 million in less than 2 years. And today, in 2018, he seems to only be ramping things up even further. YouTube is a big website with a seemingly endless number of different communities. Some people know where they fit in pretty much immediately, and others take a while to find where they can thrive, and Tim was kind of the latter. But if his recent success is any indication, I think it's safe to say that Tim Tom has finally found his home in the YouTube animation community. Thanks for watching, guys. DFTBA.
Thanks for watching, and thank you, Ryder, for taking the time to make this. A Brief History is a great series, and it's so cool to be a part of it. Also, for the record, the fedora was part of a joke, and I only ever wore it on stage. Usually. Anyway, I just uploaded a video about becoming a YouTuber on my channel that kind of goes behind the scenes of how all this happened, so make sure to check that out, and be kind to yourself. Or something, I don't know. Okay, bye!
Well, that's the end of the video, my mans. Hope you loved it. And I'm going to keep on making more reactions. And I hope you were able to hear me over the noise, because sometimes I worry about that. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, my dudes. Peace out.